hood life shit, man. Gotta feel that.
Flames. Do them niggas right to it, ain't nothing left.
Cash rules everything.
Meek Mill.
It's Meek Mill.
Yeah.
That nigga live.
Yeah.
1 AM block niggas real.
Yeah.
Bloodhound.
Yeah.
There's no stopping me. Niggas all mocking me, they cock train. Why
Gonna catch a whipping O's without a license. Send my bloodhound work outside. Get the chopper and the cops.
I'm the kid with all the bitches.
Yeah, it's Meek.
It's Meek Mill.
That nigga love. Listen, you think I would? See me, I ain't never scared. I be on whoever block. Chop on my left side.
So as Meek announces highly anticipated album, Expensive Pain, we see flashbacks of the past, from Flamish Flow to coming back down South Philly shooting his video. We see that Meek taking it back to the roots. So all my real Day One Meek fans, you pretty much already know how this thing go. Now a question that a lot of people might ask is, who is BH? Bloodhound. What's that about? 18th Street? Wait, I thought Meek was from North. What are you talking about South Philly for? Now we're gonna go into a brief introduction and explain a little bit as far as Meek's relationship with South Philly and who are the Bloodhounds. So the Bloodhounds is actually one of the first rap groups that Meek actually was in. See, the Bloodhounds consisted of 4 members: Mel Love, that nigga Love, Meek Mill, and Young Pooh. Those was the hitters. Honestly, in the beginning, I see that nigga Lil probably was the top guy. Even seen battling 2 people at once sometimes. Lil hold shit down. See, the Bloodhounds was a group based out of South Philly. This is where Meek was from, his bloodline. His family was born in South Philly, but his whole mom and his family moved up north when his pop got killed. So let's talk about Mel Love. Mel Love, he was always like a silencer. I mean, crazy flow, versatile, go in and out. Mel Love was definitely a problem. Nothing to play with, don't sleep on it. That nigga Lil was like the all-star player. I mean, Lil just had everything. He had the flow, the aggression, the bars for days, punchlines. Like, Lil was that nigga. And truth be told, Lil and Meek, they was like yin and yang. Like, Lil was like Meek right-hand man. I mean, anywhere you see Meek, you always seen Lil. Especially when it came to the DVDs and them battling each other as far as going at people in the city. Then we got Young Pooh. They would call him like Lil Biggie. I mean, Pooh's like the youngest of the group, but the bars, grown man shit. Still to this day, one of my favorite songs, Meek Mill, Young Pooh, Bad Man. Shit a classic. Then we got Meek Mill, that North Philly, South Philly boy. Hella aggression. I mean, from a young age, you could just see it in Meek's eyes that he wanted it. Meek always came with a different level of aggression. The energy was there. Talk about first how Meek pretty much got influenced with the Bloodhounds and how they pretty much linked up. See, a lot of people don't know, but that 18th Street chain means something. See, Meek always had the connection to South Philly, because like I said, his whole family was from South Philly. You know, his peoples moved up north when the situation happened with his pop. So, O'Malley, blood cousin, always lived in South Philly. So even when Meek moved up north, he still would come down South Philly, you know what I'm saying? Go to cousin crib, grandma crib, visit the family and shit like that. Before Bloodhounds, Meek was actually in a group. I'm gonna talk about that when we release the documentary. Bloodhounds was the main group that Meek pretty much made his bones, solidified them in the city. So the South Philly connection was already there. The beginning of the Meek rap career, Headshot was pretty much backing Meek. I mean, everybody that knows about Headshot, you already know. So now you got the top rap DVD in the city backing the top artist in the city, pretty much making Meek the top artist.
gon' skip all this talking about, bring that hot.
This pretty much when Meek got his early buzz on.
Watching over me so I can get
Now talk about the Bloodhounds.
duck behind cars when I
Let's see, the Bloodhounds, they was just that grimy, thirsty, like that was their slogan, South Philly shit. They pretty much was just tearing the streets up. Meek had a lot of battles around Mercy Street early on, just around South Philly, around Siegel Street, just building up his buzz and shit like that. And like I said, Lil was always that guy for real. So early on, Meek and the Bloodhounds dropped a couple classics, Blood In, Blood Out. Just pretty much hood classics, just building up that steam and that buzz. Shit really started to take off when the beef happened between Reed, Touch Money, Top Class, and a couple other people in the city. So like I said, a lot of Meek early on shit was called firsthand by, I say they one cameraman, Drew Major. See, Drew Major was early on an original member of the Bloodhounds, but when Meek came in, he kind of seen like, no, cuz got it. You feel me? Instead of just being like, no, fuck that, I still want rap. Shit, solid motherfucker right there. He played his part as a cameraman and pretty much catch all that footage of Meek early on years, which is so important, was just creating a part of the legacy. Teamwork make the dream work. So like I said, the Bloodhounds were pretty much dropping early on hits and shit like that. Shit started to heat up once they started going at it with Reed and shit like that. But I say shit really started to fall once Lil got booked. Cause like I said, Lil was that fourth member. You know, the Bloodhounds always had four members, and then Lil was such a crucial, important member. But when he went down, kind of slowed shit up a bit. And then Meek went down first, actually. And they was kind of like in and out of jail and shit like that, so that was just fucking shit up. But what I will say is Meek carried that shit. He was free that nigga Lil on every song. I say once Meek left Headshot, shit kind of like really slowed down with the Bloodhounds. They was still around, but Meek kind of was like doing his own thing, building up his own shit for real. That's when the Flamer series started and things like that. Now you still seen the Bloodhounds around, you still see them appearing on tracks and shit, but it was just like me kind of locked in for real. And I don't know what happened on a lot of things, what happened behind closed doors, but it wasn't no beef. It's just that if you look at Meek, he kind of always was just determined. He was always focused on rap. You feel me? He was always on his rap shit. Now I say it's important because when Meek first got his dub, me as a day one fan, I was like, it's up. First thing I want to know is where the fuck is BH? And he definitely came through. He set up some ciphers and shit like that. BH appeared, representing the Dreamchasers gear. So it just made it like, okay, everything all lit is BH straight back. You can see as time move on, they made appearances, appearing on a couple of Meek's Dreamchasers mixtape series, but one person was missing. Fuck is that nigga Love? I mean, what happened to that nigga Love? And so when he came home, we thinking, oh, everything lit. He dropped a couple videos, Grind Time. He dropped the mixtape. We seen him in a couple pictures with the Chasers, rocking some Maybach chains and things like that. But we still was waiting on that big record from Meek. As Meek goes on, career continues to skyrocket, does songs with Drake, other artists as more. Kind of felt like BH kind of faded more and more to the background. I mean, a lot of day one fans wonder what happened. Sometimes we seen him popping up with Meek like that when he was in the city or just moving around, but it was like we wanted the music. And I will say Meek kind of highlighted in a couple tracks, things like that, as far as saying, I told him the money train was coming back, try to go get him, things like that. I'm not saying that he's talking about them specifically, but when it comes to this music and then as far as politics and the family, there's so much shit that an artist go through. Now, just in Meek's perspective, just understanding the game a little bit when you're trying to accomplish your goals, sometimes you gotta kind of trim the fat in a way, meaning sometimes you gotta kind of just let people go so you can climb the ladder and then come back down and get them. Some close homies gonna really understand, they gonna respect you, and the love still gonna be there. But some people might not get it, you know, just perspectives. So what I will say is, Meek always was determined. He always put his goals first. He always let it be known what he wanted to be, and that's the best. I also want to highlight one of the key moments was kind of let us know the situation with BH and that nigga Lil was with Meek first album, Who You Around.
Nigga Lil shit, I can't believe you. Not you. That's what that sound been that we do. And when I came home, I tried to feed you. In every song, I was screaming free you.
That kind of let us know like where Lil sit with me. And it's crazy because just being behind the scenes, recording some shit, Meek actually still got a relationship with that nigga Lil brother. But Meek pretty much used to be on that side heavy. I mean, O'Malley, a lot of their family from that side. So even if Meek shouted out some songs, my cousin Lo, that was killed around that side in that area around South Philly, Meek still hold relationships to that side, he still come through. So obviously it was a personal relationship, something that happened between Meek and that nigga Lil, which pretty much made it of a fallout. I say that just to say, I mean, he still showed love to other members and other people in the BH camp, but it was just something that happened between him and Lil that he just pretty much couldn't let it go. Or maybe it was that nigga Lil, and I mean, maybe that nigga Lil kinda, shit, maybe that nigga Lil pretty much wasn't trying to hear it. Maybe he kind of felt how Meek felt about the headside situation. He felt like Meek coulda and shoulda did more for him while he was booked. You never know how that shit go, man. It's just crazy to see, like, as a real Meek fan, to see day ones, you know, not even speaking today for whatever reasons. Now, I will say I reached out to Lil a couple times for interviews and things like that, and I ain't get much out of him. What I did, I put up, and I just still reach out to try to link with him. Footage of the other Beast members, Mel Love, Young Pooh, and others. So until then, I'm just gonna keep flooding y'all with content, keeping y'all tuned in, and stay tuned for the official documentary.
Want to be with, we about it. Like, we out here. Like, we around. That nigga Lil,